Do you love basketball, but offered by a league with less stability than an aging DC-10? Then check out the WNBA, a league renowned for its lack of dunking, lame duck attendance, incompetent management, and relentless debt that makes the AAF look like a cash cow. What else could possess such excitement as a league with the final word in shitty layups and airball fouls? It gets even better as we now have a wage gap wider than the Mariana Trench. Our players just love it here. Just ask our league president and players union. None of them are able to support any of their kids while their games are blacked out nationwide. Such majesty. Meanwhile, the XFL and AAF collapsed due to similar ineptitude. The rest of the world continuously forgets the WNBA even exists and just assumed it crashed and burned up ages ago worse than TWA 800. Who cares that NBC, the NBA, and YouTube TV are losing millions over this plane crash of a league? We're about one thing and one thing only. Modiversity.
I mean, there's really no way to beat around the bush here. This league is pathetic. I'm just gonna go ahead and address the fact that I'm not sexist. It's not bad because it's women. It's bad because it is managed bad. This league just flat sucks. There's no point in watching this, and the NBA should just completely cease all operations and just save themselves some money. Considering it's costing them fucking $10 million a year, even the AAF and XFL were both profitable at some point in their lifespan. The WNBA has never turned a single profit since it was founded in 1997. And my God, the lack of public interest is amazing. I mean, their attendance is so bad, this makes the Arizona Coyotes look like a fucking sellout team. Case in point, in 2016, the LA Sparks won the championship. Some kids ran a poll around my school and asked everybody, would they rather have $5 or would they rather have the Sparks win the championship? You could probably guess what everyone wanted. They'd rather have $5 or a bag of Skittles. But now that we see the problems that it has now, let's take a look at where the problems originated from. It was just born out of a necessity for diversity and just women's unions and feminists who pushed for their own professional league of some sort. And I'm not opposed to this idea because women's sports have been proven to be genuinely enjoyable. I mean, Serena Williams draws in huge numbers at her matches. Case in point, the U.S. women's national team has been kicking ass lately. I'll tell you, they're damn better than whatever Bruce Arenas can do with the men's team, for that sake. Anyway, more to the point. It was just so badly managed and has just undergone managerial hot potato. They've bounced through approximately 5, maybe 6 new owners since its inception. On top of that, it goes much deeper than this. The Sparks and the Liberty are the only 2 privately owned teams in the league. I also have to discuss the matter of arena hot potato. Case in point, the Sparks had to play in the outdated, decrepit LA Sports Arena for years until they could finally get greenlit to play at Staples Center. I should say quite reluctantly from the actual management system. Nevertheless, almost all of the teams currently in existence have bounced and been degraded from regular NBA-size arenas to little pocket arenas in little suburbs of the country. Because the problem is, none of them can manage any consistency with their attendance whatsoever. Because the finished product isn't great in any sense. Not only is the wage gap so bad, but the NBA has chosen wisely not to pursue any money towards coaching staff or player development or really any kind of enjoyable product whatsoever. And this isn't going to say that women's basketball is bad, because it's not. In fact, my old employer used to give us free tickets to see a Division II team. A Division II team, for God's sake. They used to give a Division II team tickets at our little local arena, and my God, it was fun. It was aggressive, it was dirty, and it was a fun game of basketball to watch. Now, how this translated from a fun product to see on the court to an absolute abhorrence on the WNBA side is an absolute mystery. And I think it probably just results in player management, development, and all of the previous issues I just mentioned. All of this leads to the real question is, why is this still here? It's just the NBA force-feeding it to us like it's got a fucking plate of Brussels sprouts shoving it in our face whenever they can mention it. And the problem is, the product isn't good. It's Brussels sprouts. No one wants it. It's terrible. The basketball, like I just mentioned, is abhorrent. However, I think the real hindrance here is just the NBA. I think it's the NBA's incompetence to manage such a league that they've just made it sort of a side trick pony for the actual main event, in this case being the NBA. So I think if it was just managed independently instead of being run like total shit by the NBA, it could probably succeed on its own. I mean, they could have better management to pursue better player development, have better deals with arenas, have more lucrative TV contracts, and just have a better on-court product for us to watch. That's all I would really say to fix this. This league could probably just benefit from a file delete or a file new and just completely start from scratch. This is such a mess. It's like trying to raise the Titanic. Anyway, that is my thoughts on the absolute incompetence of the WNBA, and I hope you liked that. Well, I'm also curious to hear your opinions, so leave a comment if you think I'm being a sexist asshole, or leave a comment if you think this league has just crashed and burnt up worse than TWA 800. I'm just praying to God that YouTube TV doesn't try and shove this in our face as much as the NBA has. At least the NHL's back. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this.